On your mark, get set. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning, Kevin Durant. You should have left California.
This Bronxexual upset me in having to bring this teenage idiot from Wisconsin into a sports conversation. Are you really surprised the Cowboys are giving up on Ezekiel Elliott?
Whoa. Hell no! Well, no one cares about baseball.
Bitch, are you for real?
Oh, yeah! Showtime in the garden, kids. Good morning. Welcome to the Tripped Out Thursday edition of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, who is on my left. Good morning to you, sir. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm great. Flying high after a great doctor's visit yesterday. Another hurdle down, another clean scan, and I'm getting stronger. I'm doing great, man.
Yeah, that's good to hear, and I'm glad to hear that.
This
I'm
morning,
real glad to hear that.
this morning's show is live on CSTV, CSTVnow.com, and CSTV on your Roku device. Good morning to y'all out in the West, and of course, it's on the BS3 network and the BS3 app on your Roku device. Good morning to y'all in the South and the Southwest. South and the Southwest. Man, oh man. And now, Winnie. Hello, Winnie Pooh. All right, let's get going with the whip around, and it's proudly presented by Fanatics.
All right, well, let us start with Vegas and the A's and what others think should happen. Well, Bryce Harper, who is a Las Vegas resident and native, said that he would rather actually play the prospects of the A's moving to Las Vegas. Oh God, it's like the joke writes itself with this story. So he was.
He did not say that.
Yeah. So So pardon him for and shortstop Bryce Scott for not sharing the excitement of Nevada residents over the news yesterday that the A's are all but officially moving to Las Vegas. They're skeptical, cynical.
Yeah.
They're possibly just thumbing their nose at the fact the franchise will have any chance of succeeding in Las Vegas. In fact, Harper
like the Raiders, right?
Right. So Harper continued by saying the following.
Oh boy.
Look, I feel sorry for the fans in Oakland. It's just not right. They have so much history in Oakland. You're taking a team out of a city. I'm pretty sad because all the history and all the greatness they've seen there. I see the A's in Oakland. I don't see them as Vegas. Close quote. I really don't have an issue with him saying that.
As you say best, partner, no lie to be found. Because I'm used to the Oakland Athletics.
Yeah.
From Reggie Jackson to Mark McGuire to Bob Welch. Remember, Bob Welch was an ace pitcher at the time. Of course, one of the greatest closers to ever do it wore an Oakland uniform. Yeah. Of course, I'm speaking of Dennis Eckersley.
And there's many others.
And Dennis Eckersley used to kill us. Hey, Dennis Eckersley used to. Y'all know I'm a South Sider. I'm a White Sox fan, And in the early 90s, when we were competing for division titles, Dennis Eckersley
Yeah.
used
If
to
the A's,
kill
yeah,
us.
if the A's had a lead in ninth inning,
It was
top or
lights out.
bottom, forget it. Yeah.
It was lights out. I saw him strike out Frank Thomas
Hmm.
with nothing but sliders. And
I
that
could believe that.
backdoor slider was mean.
I could believe it because, man, I don't know how it moves so hard.
Yeah, man.
You think it's going to hit the batter, and then all of a sudden that this
Right
glides
across
right
the
into the
plate.
middle of the plate. And
Right to the middle, right
dang.
to the middle of the
Yeah,
plate. And you're looking going, huh? I
yeah.
mean, Frank Thomas, one of the greatest
Hmm.
hitters ever, Hall of Famer,
One of the most disciplined hitters
struggled
ever. Hmm.
against Dennis Eckersley, but that was best on best.
Yeah,
That was
yeah, it
that was
was.
best on best. After the huddle joins us, I believe he's from Houston. Says Vegas is slowly becoming a sports state. The Raiders, the
They're
A's,
trying it. Yeah,
uh, the Golden Knights,
they're trying it.
who are just crowned Stanley Cup champions. Listen, the Golden Knights fit in Vegas. Okay, they're an expansion team. The Raiders and
That's
the
the only
A's,
team that fits there.
no.
Yeah.
The Raiders and the A's, no. And I'm willing to bet you while we're having this, while we're having this Vegas talk, I'm willing to bet you an NBA team will appear in Vegas. I'm willing to bet you that.
Well, of course, because they're talking about expansion.
I got
And
it
guess
wrong from after the huddle. He's from your original birthplace, New
New
Orleans.
Orleans. Well, that's cool.
New Orleans. I'm sorry about that, partner.
He got it wrong, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, they're talking about
listen.
expansion. Yeah, they're talking about expansion. The NBA
Yep,
is, and one of the two cities that keeps getting mentioned is Las Vegas. So
is Las
no, I
Vegas.
would not be surprised at all.
I wouldn't be surprised either. We're
But
running a little
speaking of
behind. What's next?
Vegas, Wilson says that the Las Vegas Aces weren't invited to the White House after they won their WNBA crown in 2022.
You
The
were
S
you were a step ahead of me. I was gonna say next. You were a step ahead of me. I love it.
the 2024 SEC schedule for football I'm talking about has been released, and of
Oh
course
dear.
that will be the first year that the Longhorns and the Sooners will join the juggernaut number one college football. I actually would like to call it league, but conference in college football.
It's a league. Look
But
at how many
I look
teams
at
are.
them as a
Look at,
league. I
look
really
at how
do.
many teams are in that joint. It's a
Hmm.
league.
I
It's a
really do
league.
look. Yeah, I really
Yeah.
do look at them. So I I know that this is a year off, but still, you
Hmm.
can get your mouth watered
Oh
because
yeah.
here are 10 games next year, and I don't mean 2023, I mean 2024, that you
24.
can look forward to seeing on
Yeah.
the SEC slate. Of course, the Iron Bowl, that's obvious.
Oh yeah.
Tennessee at Oklahoma. Now that,
Oh,
yeah,
border
that,
war.
mm-hmm,
Border war.
border-ish war, but yeah. Uh, and it's funny they played a home and home in 2014 and 15.
Yeah, they
So yeah,
did.
that is interesting. Of course, Texas will renew their rivalry with Arkansas. Uh,
That's gonna be fun.
hmm
Is the first one in Austin? And to answer after the huddles question, for Cole, horns,
hmm
Longhorns.
yeah. No, it actually will be in Fayetteville.
Ooh,
hmm
holy hog!
Yeah.
Thank you, Mark Jones. Holy
the, Soo-
hog!
the Sooners will visit Ole Miss. Oklahoma will travel to Baton Rouge, and of course you have,
Mm.
and of course you have the Red River rivalry, Red River shootout, Red River whatever you want to call it, which would be Oklahoma, Texas, obviously.
Oklahoma, Texas from the Cotton
hmm
Bowl.
hmm Alabama, Oklahoma, which they have met a few times in the playoffs.
Yep,
Georgia,
yep.
Texas. So that's going to be a decent matchup if provided that actually Texas gets their game up and weight up. Of course, you have Texas renewing their rivalry with Texas A&M,
I love it. I
and
love it.
the first game there will be in College Station, and Georgia at Alabama in the regular season.
Oh Lord.
Now
Oh
all
Lord.
now all those are great matchups. Mm-hmm.
The game that everyone's been looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia at Bama.
Mm-hmm. Georgia at Bama.
Yikes.
And this is the third time these two teams will face off in the regular season in the past 18 years, and that is considering that the two the two schools play at states that border each other.
Yes. Yes. Oh my Lord have
Yeah,
oh my Lord in heaven.
yeah, that's
Thank you.
2024 for you,
Thank you.
man.
Thank
And
you, Rob Bramlett. Oh my Lord in
oh,
heaven.
in heaven. So yeah,
And
I'm
you
looking
know
for.
where I got that one from.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
I'm looking forward to that. The head coach of the Bills, Sean McDermott, was saying something is wrong with Stephon Diggs, but he pumped his brakes.
Oh
He
really?
actually said, he actually said that the Bills are in great shape with Stephon Diggs. Now, one day after Sean McDermott said that he was very concerned about Stephon Diggs' absence from the team mandatory minicamp practice earlier in the week, the star receiver participated in yesterday's session. Now, the Bills' Twitter account shared a 20-second video of Diggs running through light warm-ups, tossing and catching passes with his teammates, and lightly jogging. Now, after the practice, McDermott had this to say about the absence that Diggs had, which actually was excused. Quote, "Let me be clear. Steph did everything that he was asked to do. He was here Monday and executed his physical on time. Steph reported yesterday, Tuesday, and reported for meetings, at which time we had a good conversation, great communication. And we got to a point yesterday we felt like all we all needed a break at some space. So I gave Steph permission to get some space and head out and picked out the conversation after practice." Close quote. Spin, partner?
Next.
That's what I thought. The Griner exits the game in a loss to the Storm early with a hip injury. And that
Next.
concludes this morning's Whip Around.
God, you know me so well. You know me so well. A couple of minutes, and when we come back, we got more. And at the bottom of this hour, totally deets. And y'all are going to want to hang on to your hats for this. Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, back in a flash.
Oh,
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Hey everybody, Brian Snow here. Want to do some afternoon sports talk with me and be interactive? Also meet some great guests from every walk of life? Then tune in to The Brian Snow Show on CSTV and CSTVnow.com. Weekdays at 2 p.m. Come on aboard and enjoy the ride.
PK Tire Pro is your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters for a complete line of quality tires and auto services. For years, we have provided the Stockton, California area with the latest products and unprecedented services for everything we sell. And for years, our customers have been coming back. Take a look around. If you don't find what you need, visit us in Stockton, California. From the latest and best in tire technology to the services required to keep your vehicle looking good and running great, PK Tire Pros can get you out on the road quickly and at an affordable price. Stop by soon to see why so many people consider PK Tire Pros to be the one-stop shop for all of their tire needs. At PK Tire Pros, our friendly and knowledgeable staff, quick and dependable service professionals, and affordable prices all come together to make driving out on a new set of tires easy. On top of that, we never tire of tires. Stop by and see us and you'll be glad you did.
And now betting the man who'll be cursing out Boston for the next 4 days, number 420, Wise El Jefe. Number 420.
Good morning, Wise. What's up?
What's up, man?
You kind of you're kind of muted.
He's like he muted himself.
That's not right.
Oh man. Okay. No sand? All
Ah,
right.
here we
There
go.
you go.
Yes,
There we go.
changed it. I didn't. I thought I changed the audio on my StreamYard, but I did.
Uh-huh.
Good morning, brothers.
Good morning. Good
Good morning.
morning. How
Good
are
morning.
you?
I am well. Can't complain. Life is good. I'm here to spend another day with two of my favorite people. Um, so let's go.
Yeah, we're glad you're here, man.
We are glad you're here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo,
Yo-
I just got a question though.
Okay,
Yes.
what's your question?
What's up with all the blackness?
What?
He
Oh,
said, "What's up with
me?
all the blackness?" Well,
I don't know.
nobody, not me. He's seen this,
Just
so
I'm just
no.
saying. Is there wrong with black? I'm just saying. I'm just.
I know.
It's a lot of blackness.
I just felt it.
he
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
now you know him. He has to try he has to try something.
No, I like the black brick. I like the black brick. It's nice.
I do too, actually. In fact, send me that picture. I think I want to do a couple treatments with it so you can have
Okay.
it for different shows.
All right, cool.
No, it's a nice brick. It
I'll
is.
make
I like
sure-
some. Sometimes I like them backgrounds that have that brick, but no, it's good to. You can do a lot of things with it.
I'll
Mhm,
make
yeah.
sure I send it to you.
All right, thank you.
So, what's on Wise's mind this morning? As if we didn't know.
Nothing much, man. It's been a pretty good week, man. Me and Poppy J
Good.
had a real good show. We recorded a real great show last night. We'll be out Friday. I'm looking forward to me and Cole recording on Friday. Had some pretty cool guests this week. Listen, it's a process, man, but I'm
It
enjoying
is.
the process so much. I'm enjoying like this phase right now of my podcasting career is an amazing feeling. It's like
Isn't it
so
though?
many things going on, so many opportunities arising, and it's you wanting to seize those opportunities and take them and run with them, man. And I plan on running all the way to the
Isn't it
bank.
great?
So
Isn't it great though? Isn't it
oh, it
great though
is.
to be going through this process and seeing it all the way through?
Bro, honestly, this past year, as far as my creation, my creator, it's just oh man, I'm like,
Through I can tell, and your
bro,
shows are getting better by the moment.
but it's it's the connections, it's the networking, is the learning from people that I want to listen. I want to get to where certain people are on the mic. I know
Right.
I need work. I'm still a work in progress. So I learn from everybody I connect with. I
Mhm.
make sure that when there's something, a lesson that's needed that needs to be learned, I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna learn it.
Same.
Hmm.
Same.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to see. It's a pleasure to see
It's great. You know what it is though?
how you evolve.
You
Yeah.
allow me, Cole allows me to be two people.
Mhm.
Like with me being on mentality and me doing what I'm doing on stuck in my mind. Of course, I have to be I got it. I'm myself on stuck in my mind, but Bizarro Wise is a part of me as well.
Yeah.
But I get to enjoy. I get to release that on mentality.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And along with it, he gets to show people, well, this guy knows more than just sports. I mean, this guy knows a lot of stuff. So it's great to tap into the music that he knows, which is broad.
Oh yeah.
The current events that he understands, politics that he knows. Just dealing with different areas. It's a thrill. It actually is an absolute joy to create something where I know I'm not confined
Right.
I actually have a broad palette to paint, and it's like, okay, I can actually go in a certain direction of how do I want to shape it, and it's easy to have that if you're on the show with somebody who has
Hmm.
the knowledge and the entertainment aspect to pull all of that off.
And of course, Bizarro Wise appears at the end and just goes completely
Oh,
off.
no, no. Listen, this last episode though, oh man.
Oh no.
Uh,
It was. I think that was probably the closest thing to catharsis for Wise.
oh, it was.
I I believe it.
We had
Now I
we
get
had fun, but it was just, but it went. But the thing is, it wasn't like our normal. It was a show dedicated just to George Santos, and
I loved it.
we had a great
wait.
show.
I
It was a
loved
great
it.
show.
I loved
I
it.
now I gotta see it. Oh
I
jeez.
loved it.
I haven't
I
had a
loved
chance
it.
to see it yet.
I loved it. Yeah. See, I noticed when so we talked about Herschel walking in an episode,
I
and
and that was hilarious.
yeah, and Wise went Bizarro Wise and basically said, "Okay, here are your nominees for the effing moron of the
Effing
year."
moron of the year.
There was
And
a little list.
he just went down the list, and then he got passionate when he mentioned George Santos's name. And I was like,
Yes, he did.
that's a
Yeah.
Yes,
future
he did.
episode.
After the huddle, proud to announce that ATH will possibly doing its first live show tonight or tomorrow.
Congratulations. I love it.
Very
Congratulations, man.
cool.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations. Of course, Eagles Elite is in the house with us.
My
Cool.
man,
Congratulations
cool.
once again.
ATH honors, Big Bro. You and I are in the same boat. We're still learning. We're still learning our side. Just starting mid season of last year's NFL season. I get it.
Yeah.
We all get it,
You,
man.
you gotta yeah, you gotta
You,
cut your teeth.
but
You gotta
you're
learn what you
You
can
gotta
do.
take that. Listen, if you don't take that risk, how do you know if you're capable of doing it? So for
exactly.
me, being on this show prepared me to go live on Stuck in My Mind. It
Mhm.
it all came from this show. Every like all the live stuff. The reason I do it is because Snowman in the morning is because I had Brian. Thank first of all, Brian gave me the opportunity, and then me
Mhm.
taking the risk and like, you know what? Yeah, let me do some live stuff.
Mhm.
Who knows where it's gonna go? Who knows if I can do it or not? I don't know if I'm capable of doing it unless I go out and do it.
And
So
what
now it
people
lets me know that I can do it.
and what people still don't understand, with Cole being the executive producer, he was my only call. And Cole didn't come to me like three or four other people saying, "Look, you need a radio partner and I'm him." No. I felt it every time Cole was on the air with me. I felt it every single time. Whether it was him as a guest or him um taking his maiden voyage with me on the air, Cole was my only. Not only was he my first call, he was my only call.
Well, when we spoke on your show, I, I just that's all I could do was talk about Cole. What
Yeah.
was the magic that he's creating for all of us and all the amazing things he's doing for all of us. And he's like, listen, that thing for Drew for D Willie,
Oh my
fire,
lord.
straight fire.
Oh my
I'm like,
lord.
Thank you.
damn.
I
I'm like,
mean,
oh,
Cole took it and ran with it.
yeah,
All right.
bro. It was as I listen. I was. It didn't surprise me because
Right.
it's
It's Cole.
it's cold,
Mhm.
but it's straight fire. It's like he with every one he does, he's just getting hotter and hotter and hotter.
And better and better and better. And that's
That's right.
just one of the main
Thank you.
reasons I appointed him executive producer of Snowman Multimedia, doing all the
Yes.
video intros and outros. And when I presented that offer to Cole, along with co-hosting the show, I
Mhm.
think I literally in my mind saw his eyes light up and his mouth drop to the floor. And I think your only question to me was, "You're going to trust me like that?" Hell yeah, I trust you like that.
The reason why I asked is I know you have done the product then 7 years, and
Right.
I know how things can get. When it double, especially because I was aware of your health situation
Yeah.
not to the full degree that I came to learn about it months down the line. But I knew there was
Right.
something that was afoot, and so my thought was, okay, so you want me to help guide the show?
Mm-hmm.
This is the show that you founded and created. I'm like, all right, I don't want to have clashes. I'm like,
Right.
I know I have certain vision as to how a show should go. So like,
That's what.
And Brian has his own, so it's it was big on Brian's part to accept
Oh
to
my gosh!
it was
what.
huge. It was huge.
This is for you.
Oh, thank
Wow!
thank you,
Ooh,
Tom.
congratulations.
Wow!
Wow.
Unbelievable. That's for you, partner.
Yeah. Thank you, Cole. I mean, thank you, Tom. I appreciate that.
Oh, listen,
CSTV
and
fam, I totally appreciate
it's
that.
not it's not like I tell Cole. I told him, I messaged him earlier, and I just told him, man, you the man. And I just he didn't.
Hmm.
It just came out of nowhere because I've learned so much in just a year knowing Cole
Yeah.
That is crazy. We've only known each other 14
that
months.
he's
That's
Isn't that
helped,
crazy.
crazy?
bro.
14
He's
months.
helped touch everything, every part of everything that I'm doing.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
He's
14
one of the
months.
reasons I'm going into public speaking and do it because he's the one who's like, go ahead, brother, you can do it. He's one of the few that go, you got this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And you do. I mean, you
You
have a
you
great
do,
command of
Wise.
you have great command. I mean, you speak well. You have a wide vocabulary, and you do know what to say and how to say it. And then on top of it, you have a heart to help.
Yes.
And to me, that means more than the knowledge that you put forth. If you have a heart to help, then you'll be inspired to want to put forth whatever message you feel as though others need to hear out there. So how how irresponsible of me to, and this is before I look at you as the brother and the close personal friend of mine that you are. It would be irresponsible of me to say, well, nah, man, I don't think you have what it takes. I don't think you can cut your teeth, man. Don't even bother yourself, man. Stuck in my mind,
Right.
that's your lane.
Right.
That'd be irresponsible of me to do that. Totally irresponsible.
You
And
know,
if those said that to you, man, they can. How did you say with the Shannon Sharp episode of Mentality when you were talking about April Lunch? They can kick the effing bucket.
they can kick
Yeah.
the effing butt. Exactly.
Yeah.
Victor Locke joins us from Chicago. I said it during his 50th birthday celebration. Only he could take the insanity that came from my head and visualize it. Need I bring up Hooked on
Oh,
Colfax and Hooked on Bronix? Oh, and by the way, uh, the Random Musings of Vicala is now part of my afternoon show.
all 5 afternoons.
I will just say we're working on it.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
I
Now,
will just say
listen,
it's gonna start weekly because I have to edit and cut the episodes, and I may just put the editing um to someone else that can get it out in a timely fashion because I know that's where I've been trailing because of my health and because of my doctor's appointments and everything going
It's
on here at home.
understandable.
But I now have and am blessed with a team that cares, that stays on me. Drew Willingham, especially, when I fall behind, and I've needed that. I absolutely needed that, and I didn't realize how much I needed it until I saw my sleep get better, my production get better, and me keeping a very tight schedule. And I have Tom to thank for the new format we're putting together for both shows. And I know we're off because we started late this morning, but
That's okay.
tomorrow I'm gonna send the format to you guys and to everybody involved, and we're gonna follow it. And it's now in place for both shows. So it's gonna be something else. Speaking of the new format, let's pause for a break, and we got more stuff for you when we get back.
Yes, we do.
We're not a cooking show. We're a show about cooking. We turn the camera around and point it at you. Our show takes place right inside your kitchen.
Hey y'all, Snowman here. Catch me, Cole Johnson, Wise El Jefe, and the usual cast of characters as we bring it to you every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. It's called Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, and it's right here on CSTV and CSTVnow.com. Join us, won't you?
I'm in another lane, I'm a different breed, I'm everything you can never be, I'm next level, next level.
Thursday nights are wrestling night on CSTV. Tune in every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific to see all the amazing Next Level Pro Wrestling stars on Thursday Night Throwdown on CSTVnow.com and the CSTV app on your Roku device.
So he claimed to have owned 13 different properties.
That was a lie.
Guess how many he does own? 0.
I should be asking, was this election rigged?
Not the 2021, but the 2022.
No, this election, I should be asked. I think everybody in that district should be asking, did we really vote for this dude? Did we really vote for him? I don't remember voting for him. Like did you remember voting for him? Nah, like, I really think y'all need to check this out. Like, y'all need to investigate this, because how y'all vote him in? It's criminal. It's criminal. This is criminal.
You know his mother died as a result of 9/11, right?
That was a lie.
Now, you have that episode in the chat and on this episode too. But if you want to watch it, you go to the Comey Media Incorporated YouTube channel or the Rise TV YouTube channel and watch us tell the whole truth about George Santos. And if you want to see it on TV, catch the television replay today, 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Central on the BS3 Network, be Roku TV. And later on today, we will unveil a Mentality Extra on the George Santos episode.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Man.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It is safe to say that Wise went all the way in a different way.
He went in and went off.
Yes, he did.
Bro, it just blew my mind, man. It just blew my mind. And Cole came up with some stuff. Like, we was going in on him before we even went into details to what he did. So it was like, and then I'm just thinking, like, why would y'all vote for this dude? Like, everything that came out of his mouth from the beginning has been nothing but lies.
Yeah.
And then it's just, I gotta watch the episode. I had a great time doing it. So
yeah. Yes, and for you sports fans, next month we will have a Whole Truth episode dedicated to the Pro Football Hall of Famer Brett Favre.
Oh, jeez. I'm looking forward to that one.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, I'll put this question out there before we move on. Why
Okay.
isn't Roger Craig a part of the Hall of Fame?
You know, who would I talk to? I was talking to. Oh yeah, I was talking to one of my homeboys. I talked with two other guys, and we talk sports mostly. Some spiritual stuff, but
Yeah.
mostly sports stuff.
Yeah.
And we were actually talking about running backs. And
Mm-hmm.
the beautiful part about this is one guy is around our age, and then there's another guy that's about 30.
Right.
But the beautiful part about it is this young brother has his head so straight on his shoulders, it's not even unreal. It's like when you look at him, it's like, dang, I wish I was as mature as he was at that age.
Yeah.
That is how
Oh,
cool
yeah.
and that's how cool and solid he is.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's times that my man, I call him D. That's times when my man D and we go back and we talk about I wish the running backs were like how it was was with Earl Campbell. And I was like, just imagine this, man. We saw Earl Campbell, Tony Dorsett, and Walter Payton at the same time.
At the same time.
He said, imagine that.
At the
And,
same time.
but then you also had, then following that, you had Roger Craig, you had
Yeah.
Emmitt Smith,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
had Barry
Right.
Sanders,
Mhm.
you had these running backs that
Yeah.
they played 7, 8, 9 years.
Yeah,
And
Roger.
that's like not
Yeah.
now. If you last 4 years in the NFL, it's a miracle.
Yeah.
Now,
And Roger Craig had the cheapest career. He played 12 seasons.
yeah. Now to get to your Roger Craig question. So my man D brought up Roger Craig. He's like, man, and this is his words, and I'm saying his words. This is what he said. It made me think of you, Snowman, when he said it. Quote, it is absolutely criminal that Roger Craig is not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Close quote. And the reason being was the young fella mentioned LaDainian Tomlinson. Bad back. I love him. Love him. But I was like, yeah, the forerunners to him, the forerunner to him was Marshall Falk. And the forerunner to him was Thurman Thomas. And then the forerunner to him was Roger Craig.
Roger Craig.
Yeah.
And that's how we talked about Roger Craig. And then we talked about his running style and what he and the different skills set that he has and how underrated his entire body of work is because people only latch on to the 1990 NFC Championship game. This probably makes me smile a bit. He had the key fumble that
led
made
to
the Giants that led to the game-winning field goal.
And I still applaud that NFC Championship game. Even
Listen, you got to give credit. Listen, it's not. He was playing a real. Defense. He was playing a real great defense.
It was.
I mean, you were playing the best defense in the league. All right, the Giants were in 1990. The Giants and 49ers had the two best defenses in the NFL. The Giants had the number one defense. So I knew even the game we played earlier in the year,
which was a 7-3 49ers victory.
7-3 49ers. That was score of the half, and that wound up being the final score.
And that game was just as physical as the NFC Championship game.
And I knew we'd see the Giants in the NFC Championship. I said it to all my friends at Northeast Missouri State, and they're looking at me like, man, you are crazy. What about the Bears? They're going to get pummeled. And they got pummeled by the New York Giants.
What about the Bears? The Bears ain't
someone
stand a chance
actually
against
said,
the Giants.
Someone actually said that. Someone actually said that to me. I swear to you.
That defense was just nasty.
That defense was all the way off.
Led by Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor. Of course, across the front line, you had Leonard Marshall, Jim Burt. Of course, one of my friends.
Jim Burt was 49 at the time.
Yep. One of my buddies, Gary Reasons, and Gary Reasons provided, besides the hit by Leonard Marshall, besides the hit by Leonard Marshall, Gary Reasons provided the play of the game.
He did.
When the Giants ran that fake punt on a 4th and 2. It wound up being a 35-yard gain. And
I did not know that Gary Reasons had such ball carrying skills. I did not know that.
Out of
I was shocked when I saw that. I was like, It wasn't even I was shocked that they made the fake punt. I was shocked to who was performing the fake punt. I was like, they have a linebacker. Oh, no wonder why.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
Gary Reason.
Gary Reason.
Listen, Gary
Dude,
Reason was
I knew
on
dude
video
could bring the
games.
lumber,
On
but
video
I didn't know the
games,
dude could move.
I actually loved using it when I used to play certain video games. I used to enjoy playing with the Giants because not just because of LT, but Gary Reasons was. I used to love playing with Gary Reasons as well.
So I knew he was physical because I remember a goal line stand in Denver that happened
And
where
he
on fourth down
smacked Bobby
he was the
Humphrey.
He was the one that just simply
Humphrey
destroyed
came over.
Bobby Humphrey.
Came over the top, and Gary Reasons was ready for him.
So I knew he had the physicality. I did not know he had the agility. And I was awed.
Man,
I mean, just imagine me, 16
play.
years old at the time. I was watching. I was like, I'm 17 years old at the time. I was like,
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, and that surprised me. But again, like you said, Cole, it just outlined the versatility of Gary Reasons.
And to your point, Wise, the reason why I don't fault Craig for that fumble is because of what you just said. Both offenses were pretty good. They were pretty good. 49ers were considered a better offense, obviously.
So much better. Honestly,
they were the Niners.
They
were
considered a better offense, but the Giants weren't bad on offense. They just were
okay.
balanced.
Let's be honest. They were okay.
And remember,
it wasn't.
Yeah,
balance. Yeah, and Phil Simms wasn't there for that.
Thank you. That was the
Simms
point I was going to make. Phil
Hostetler.
Simms wasn't there. Jeff Hostetler was taking over because Phil Simms got injured the week after they played San Francisco,
and the team rallied around him.
Yep.
But it was a case of both teams. Their defenses were better. They just were.
It was just two of the nastiest defenses in the league.
And to this day, and Brian and I have had this conversation. To this day, that's one of my favorite conference championship games I've ever seen. For the simple fact that it was physical and brutal and smash mouth from opening kickoff to when Matt Barr hit that field goal.
Listen, that game changed the trajectory of the 49ers because it led to eventually Steve Young taking over.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was a monumental game.
It was.
It was.
And it was two of the best teams of
that era.
Of that era.
Of the
decade. Yeah, it was two of the best. And it was you could actually think that was probably the Super Bowl right there.
You would yeah.
Because Buffalo was a great team, yes, and it was a great Super Bowl.
They were going to face Bill Parcells and the Giants, and the Giants slowed everyone. The Giants slowed everyone down.
Another brilliant. Well, look, the Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick tandem, brain trusts, man. It was hard to defend it because they would come up with different schemes for different teams, and it was brilliant that they saw that the Bills, they were like, okay, we want to run you ragged like it's a fast break on football field, and Bill Parcells is like, all right, you can let them do that. We'll just simply take the air out the ball and slow it down and just grind them.
Yeah.
Brilliant advice.
Ryan McCarthy joins us from New York. Speaking of Brett Favre, didn't he throw that pick in overtime in the 2009 NFC Championship game that led to the game-winning field goal? Yes, he did. And Paul Allen.
Thank you. He had a conniption fit in the booth. Yeah, and he threw it.
I'm about to find this right now.
He threw it right into the waiting arms of Tracy Porter, and
Tracy Porter. Oh my Lord!
I mean, as soon as Porter caught it, he was dejected. It was like intercepted. I can't intercept it. The color guy was like, I don't know what the heck was happening to him. He should have just simply just run the ball down and just kick a field goal. Then Allen went off after that.
I'm in the process of getting that call right now.
Oh gosh,
it's going to be courtesy. I will give my courtesies right now. It'll be courtesy of KFAN in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Paul Allen on the call. The video will be courtesy of Fox. And all I'm going to say is, good Lord. You want to talk about a funny call. And it's it's not because it's not funny what happened in throwing that
Oh
interception.
no, because
But the,
all Favre had to do was kneel if necessary.
all,
It would have been a
he
long
had
field goal.
15 yards. He had 15 yards in front of him
Yeah,
that he could
but
run
I
and
think all he
get.
could have done was run it,
And
and
remember,
would have made a makeable field goal
and
to win the
remember
game for him.
earlier that year, the Vikings had a chance to seal up home field
Home field,
advantage,
hmm
but they screwed up and lost in overtime to the Bears,
right,
and that clinched home field for New
for the
Orleans
Saints. Otherwise, that game would have been
in
in
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
That'd have been in Minnesota. All
hmm
right, here is the call from Paul Allen.
Brett Favre goes back to pass. He pumps. Now he fires over the middle. Intercepted. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. It was intercepted by Tracy Porter, near side to the 40, and John Sullivan runs him down at the 47-yard line. You've got to be kidding me. I can't believe what I just saw.
Looking at that play, he should have just held on to it, Paul. He should have. He could have easily gotten 5 or 6 yards if he would have just pulled that thing down and dove forward.
But why do you even ponder passing? I mean, you can take a knee and try a 56-yard field goal. This is not Detroit, man. This is the Super Bowl.
I love that.
He went off. I remember when I
went
heard it.
completely off.
I think I heard that the next day. All I could do was laugh and not laugh at Paul Allen.
Right.
Laugh with him in terms of if I were to be a Homer announcer, I probably would be like him.
Yeah. And I've been accused of being a homer, but
hmm
when people listen to my play-by-play call, they're like, "Yeah, you're a homer, but you actually make sense and you analyze the game."
Yeah,
I said, "That's what the hell I'm supposed to do.
yeah,
That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I've been
yeah,
doing. That's what I've
yeah,
been doing for years."
yeah. Even if
Do
the
I
team
cheer
pays
for
you,
the
if the
team
team
that pay?
stinks, you got to
Do,
call up when they see it. Yeah,
do I cheer for the team that pays me or the school that pays me? Indeed,
of
I do.
course.
But at the same time, I'm not going to be a complete homer and look at this with rose-colored glasses behind the booth. I would be doing both teams a disservice if I did. I'd be doing the fans a disservice if I did.
And Paul Allen was correct. I'm like, dude, all you need to do is keep the ball. You could gain maybe 5 yards, maybe even 10.
And that would have
And that
I
that
mean
would have been the difference because I think that field goal would have been made from
and
a
that was
little
a
less than 50.
and that was a 2nd and 15 because remember second
Yes,
and 10 they were 5 yards
they were 5
closer
yards
already
penalized.
and they got caught for a delay of game.
hmm
They got caught for a delay of game. So 2nd and 10 became 2nd and 15 and then that happened. Speaking of happenings, I was in Starbucks in Chesterton, Indiana in
Okay.
2016 and I
hmm
was listening to the end of the Seahawks and the Vikings, and they were playing at TCF.
Oh
They were
man,
playing at what was then called TCF Bank
TCF Bank
Stadium,
Stadium. Oh
and
man,
then this
I
happened.
felt for him
I
here.
did, and
Oh,
then all I have to say, and what's up to play-by-play with JJ, and then this happened.
Walsh from 27 yards left hash. Snap good. Spot down. Walsh's kick is up. And it is no good. He missed it. Are you kidding me? The season can't end like that. He missed it left. And the Seattle Seahawks are off to Charlotte. Blair Walsh missed a 27-yard field goal. And the Minnesota Vikings are going to lose 10-9.
KFAN with the call, of course, the legendary Paul Allen behind the mic, and NBC
mhm.
provided the video. And I'm
And Al
watching
Michaels
this.
wasn't so bad. Al
Well,
Michaels'
Al
call was
Michaels'
pretty good
call
too.
wasn't bad either, but
Yeah,
the legend of
it
Paul
wasn't going to be
Allen.
Paul Allen's. It was not going to be Paul
And
Allen's.
I pictured Paul Allen in the booth
Uh-huh.
while I'm listening to him, while I'm
Mhm.
working on other projects,
Mhm.
while I'm full of caffeine, of course. And it was a Sunday afternoon. I
Yeah.
drove from my apartment in LaPorte to Chesterton,
And early
and
Sunday
I
afternoon too.
strapped in,
Mhm.
and I got the call from KFAN,
Mhm.
and I heard that, and I stopped. I
Yeah,
stopped.
I saw it.
Now
I
wait,
saw it and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was a gimme field goal.
that was
And
27 yards.
and it wasn't as if it was a stiff wind.
No,
It was cold, yes, but there
but
wasn't.
it wasn't a stiff
Yeah,
wind.
no, it
It
wasn't wind
was
going
not a
from right
stiff
to left or left
wind.
to right. I'm thinking,
Right.
how in the world did he miss it that bad? And I'm like, wow.
I mean, that was a shank.
Yeah.
That was absolutely a shank. Okay, one more before we go to the top of the second hour. Okay. KFN has a YouTube channel. Of course, KFN based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, a place I'm very familiar with. And they had a video of Paul Allen's reaction. Y'all want to see? Y'all think I lose
In
it?
the booth.
Yep. Y'all think, wait a minute. Y'all think I lose it? Y'all think I lose it? Again, this is courtesy of KFN and their YouTube channel. Y'all think I lose it? Take a look at this.
Postseason. Kevin McDermott snaps. In his first year with the Minnesota Vikings, Jeff Locke Holmes, Blair Walsh from 27 yards left hash. Snap good, spot down, Walsh's kick is up, and it is no good, he missed it! Are you kidding me? The season can't end like that! He missed it left! And the Seattle Seahawks are off to Charlotte.
I saw going to last year. I saw
I'm not
him
laughing at Paul Allen. I'm laughing at his reaction because I've been there.
laughing at his candor. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Last year they had a camera focused on him. This was when the Vikings came back. What was it, 27-7 deficit, or was it 27-17 against the Bills?
27-17.
27-17. And the reaction was priceless from him. It was absolutely priceless. Just seeing him react was beautiful. Yeah.
Yep. And you know
Paul
what's
is one of the
bad?
best to ever do it as a homer.
The first time I heard PA, I hated him. Which was 2006. That was the first time I heard him.
Understandable.
And then
You lived in Chicago.
I lived in Chicago, and the highlight package was Vikings Bears, and they had Paul Allen's call.
Mm-hmm.
And I start listening to him and to Jeff Joniak and to others, and I caught the vibe from Paul Allen. It's like, wait a minute, this kid knows his stuff.
Mm-hmm. The Tracy Porter interception, 2009 NFC Championship. That's when I fell in love with Paul Allen.
Yes. and then that call from the wild card.
Oh,
that call from the wild card.
I felt for him.
I felt for PA.
Like, oh my god.
I felt for PA because it's like the second big swing and miss by the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the second big swing and miss by the Vikings in a short time. In a short time. But then let's speed up a few years. Okay, one more, then we'll go to the top, then we'll go to the top of the hour and get back to business. One more. The video coming will be, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I have to do this one. I have to do this one because it is one of my all-time favorite calls from PA. And yes, we're paying homage to announcers right now. It's one of my all-time favorites from PA. And I thought I had lost some money on this game, part one. Part two, I was out with a bunch of friends watching this game. And part three, quite frankly, one of the greatest calls I ever heard was this.
At their own 39, it's third down. Three receivers right, Thiel and left. Marshawn Lattimore, 12 yards from Adam. Case on a deep drop, steps up in the pocket. He'll fire to the right side, caught by Diggs. Stay up! Oh my God! 30! No 10! Touchdown! Are you kidding me? It's a Minneapolis miracle! Stephon Diggs and the Minnesota Vikings have walked on the New Orleans Saints. It's a 61-yard Minneapolis miracle. I can't believe what I just saw.
Man,
It
if
took me.
that don't endear you, you may not like the Vikings, or you may cheer for another team as I do for the 49ers. But if you don't like Paul Allen after that call, man alive.
All I know is the Saints secondary need their butts whooped. But
They needed to be in front of a firing squad.
beyond
after
that, that is my favorite call from Paul Allen.
Yeah, that one's courtesy.
Hands down, my favorite.
That one's courtesy of Fox with the video, and of course KFAN with the video. Let's do a quick reset and go to the top of hour 2 because hour 2 starts right now. Time for hour 2 of this spectacular. Ryan McCoffey now joins us this morning.
That's what you need to do to beat Josh Allen. You need to make him uncomfortable.
Hour 2, time for some Spivey notes. And here's Jay.
Well, I know he's only in his third year, but they're just wasting Justin Herbert.
Hour 2,
the hardest working content creator I know, the playmaker.
Hey, LeBron James, the greatest scorer of all time. Hey.
Hour 2,
the one, the only Christopher Dietz.
They rewarded Ohio State for not playing, and they punished USC for playing.
Hour 2, Sam Shady.
Oh, man. It's been a roller coaster ride if you were a Philadelphia Stars fan.
Hour 2, that's Big Ben, the man in charge of the BS3 network.
And if I see Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins out.
Hour 2, Chris Bay's joining us.
Oh my God! Oh, this game! Oh, way to go, Sammy!
Hour 2, was El Jefe.
Oh man, I thought I missed it. What in the all types of blue hell?
Time for hour 2 of this spectacular, and it starts right now. Putting together a little segment that we like to call Calls of the Day. And it's presented by Cricket, the official wireless carrier of Snowman Multimedia. And I'm going to take y'all back to 1980 when I fell in love with the one and only late, great Larry Munson when he delivered this.
Buck back, third down on the 8. In trouble. Got a block behind him. Going to throw on a run. Complete to the 25, to the 30. Lindsey's got 35, 40. Lindsey's got 45, 50, 45, 40. Run, Lindsey. 25, 20, 50, 10, 5. Lindsey stop. Lindsey stop. Lindsey stop.
I'm going to let this roll because Larry Munson later delivered a legendary line. Oh, credits. Video courtesy of ABC. Audio courtesy of the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Larry, if you want a miracle, we just got one. Incredible play. Lindsey Scott caught the ball around the 40. There were a couple of players that had an angle. He knew that he had to run as fast as he possibly could. Well, I can't believe it. 92 yards, and Lindsey really got in a foot race. I broke my chair. I came right through a chair, a metal steel chair with about a 5-inch cushion. I broke it.
I broke my chair. I broke my chair. I came right through a chair.
Oh my gosh.
How can you not love that? And Larry was one of the biggest homer announcers ever. But again, he called it the way he saw it also. Because there was a game in 1996 against Auburn where he kept saying there's no way we can do it in 1 second. Of course, he threw Mike Bobo threw the game-tying touchdown in the corner of the end zone, and that game wound up going 4 overtimes. And Georgia wound up winning 56-49. That was 1996. The first overtime game in SEC history.
Right.
First overtime game in SEC history. Oh, man. Yes, Ryan. I broke my chair. Tell me. All right, let's light up the chat. Let's light up the feedback zone. What are some of your favorite calls? And I'll try and get them up here. While this hour is going, I thought we were going to have Dietz, but I'm willing to bet you that Dietz fell asleep because he works at night. And to a point, I can't blame him. Plug this afternoon, the Brian Snow Show welcomes back Mike Debate. And we'll talk some off-season NFL football. And then Victor will come at the bottom of the show with some more random musing. And if y'all missed the random musing he did on Antonio Brown, stay tuned. I will have that up probably today. I plan.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, part of it is your fault.
I didn't come up with the segment.
You didn't come up with the segment, but you came up with the name.
The name.
Look,
This
that's
is
not my
your
fault either.
That's your fault.
Victor
That
came
is-
after one of my characters. One of my characters decided to respond.
But see, it's from your genius
Now-
mind, bro.
Now, you
It's
all
from
took-
it's from your ingenious
Now,
mind.
what, we just all took it and ran with it
Yeah, but like, you all took it and ran with it.
because it was hilarious.
It's very much hilarious.
Like
to the point where Victor told me on a phone call that I'm not identified by Victor anymore.
So, and it's funny because I used to Ray. I use Ray like whenever I do videos and they have like
yes
5 stars or whatever.
Yeah,
I use Ray.
Yes,
That's the name.
yes. And then, speaking of the genius of Cole,
oh my gosh,
he came up with this one.
Trays.
Yo, Victor, you gonna let him get away with that, Victor? Oh man, Victor. Oh,
What in the vita blue, yellow belly, red blooded hell was that?
I
The
could
slow
tell you guys,
burn.
I could tell you guys this.
He said, go ahead, no. Infinity trash.
when that Trey's part was playing, I was looking at you too, and I in character. I was like, all right, stay in character.
Yes.
I look.
Yes.
I see that I broke you, Brian, with it, and then I
Yep.
see Wise gone. And when that happened, I was done for. I'm like, doggone it, I cannot recover.
You couldn't hold it.
I couldn't hold it.
So me and Ray back in March, me and Ray had a fight.
Are you talking about that nonsense?
No.
The competing duel.
Yes.
You talking about the duel?
Like I said, me and Ray had
idiots. I know that you're both idiots for that. Like it was.
So, like I said, me and Ray had a fight, and this happened.
And now the part of so y'all been waiting on and waiting for.
Why the you lying? Why you all
Mold him? The part of the show that you've been waiting on and waiting for. Here it is.
Oh
Why the you
Mold him? Here's the part of the show you've been waiting on and waiting for.
Why the you lying?
Mold him? Part of the show you've been waiting on and waiting for.
Why the you
Mold him? Here's the part of the show you've been waiting on and waiting for. Here it is. Time to play.
You two idiots, man.
I tried every trick in the book. Seriously, I tried every trick in the book to get him.
Oh my god.
I tried every trick in the book. Is this the same one? Yeah, it is. Let me get that out of there. That I'm serious. I tried every trick in the book to get him. I did. And then this is where the birth of Victor's nickname started.
And son, Infinity Trash. That's what you are, Victor Law.
No, that's where
Infinity Trash. Son.
Why the you love?
The name was Infinity Trash all day long. Son.
Why the you?
Infinity Trash all day long. Son.
Why the
all day long, son. That's
why the
look at the screen. You can, look at the screen, son. You gonna see the rest of the show. Look at the screen, son. Look at the screen, son. Look at the screen. The screen, son. Look at the screen. Infinity Trash.
Why the
all day, every day. This is what you gonna see this. You can see the live screen.
Stop the camera.
You can see the live screen. The white letter with the Victor Law.
right there?
Black Infinity Trash with the white piper.
Oh, you were finished.
Day, son.
Oh, you were finished.
And here's where all this. File in your memory bank, son. I want you to see.
You were finished.
I want you to see all this.
You were
all this.
oh, you were finished.
All this.
Oh, you were finished.
All this.
Oh, you were finished.
All this.
Oh, you were
all this. All this.
I'm getting too old.
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 All
I'm getting too old.
All this.
What?
See it.
What?
Film it.
What?
Take it for priority.
What?
Did you, son?
What?
Infinity.
Take it for pride.
Infinity Trash, Victor Law.
Priority.
Infinity
Not
Trash.
posterity, folks.
Not posterity. No, that's what we not posterity.
What?
Ray, got a question, Ray.
Victor Law.
What?
Infinity Trash.
What? Christ.
He said he's infinity trash. That's
Take
what
a break. When we,
yes,
take a break.
David,
When we
yes,
come
David,
back,
I seen the PSA, David. I
yes.
seen the PSA.
Yeah,
when we take a break, we got a couple of PSAs that'll make y'all laugh, and then finally we'll get totally deed. Snowman in the morning with Wise El Jefe and Cole Johnson back in a couple.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family. So the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
I don't want to grow up, but I'm basically a man-child. 2005 Burning Man. I put a single Mitsubishi 170-watt panel on the roof of my F-250, and I killed the batteries within like 15 minutes of the first time turning them on. So that's when I first got into solar. I was blown away by the customer service at Battleborn.
We want them to be happy with our product because in the long run, they're the ones who are out there using it.
When you used to buy something American, like a car, something you knew was built really well, that's what I think of with Battleborn.
Hey, y'all. Snowman here. Catch me, Cole Johnson, Wise El Jefe, and the usual cast of characters as we bring it to you every Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern. It's called Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson, and it's right here on CSTV and CSTVnow.com. Join us, won't you?
The following is a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe.
Boston.
This has been a public service announcement from Wise El Jefe. The following is a public service announcement from David 3000.
Yankees suck.
This has been a public service announcement from David 3000.
He hit me with that one from David 3000 while I was on location yesterday, and I have not stopped laughing. I haven't stopped laughing. Oh, jeez.
But for information, why? So, Brian was on the David 3000 show, and shout out to you, David. And David was thinking that we were Yankees fans when he asked Brian. He said, that PSA the PSA, what's that about? Would you all hate Boston? And Brian was like, no, it's not that we hate Boston. That's a wise thing. He's a Yankees fan, and so it comes from that type of energy. He says, oh, okay. And then about 2 minutes later,
to answer this question, I do dislike Boston.
No. I was gonna go forward and say that later, but yeah. So 2 minutes after that, David hits Brian with the Yankee suck part, and I was like, a PSA has to be born. But yes, David, this is a wise Yankees fan, and he has a hardcore disdain toward all things Boston.
Not all things.
Johnny Gill.
Well, he's not from Boston.
He's not.
I love New Edition. I said I love New Edition.
But you still said F them because they're from Boston.
And called them D heads.
But then I took that back. I retracted that comment.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I
retracted that comment. But it was the way you retracted it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they can't help where they're from.
Right.
Oh
yeah, I know.
Oh gosh. All right. It may be for only a short time, but let's get totally deets.
All right. Well, before then, what's up, cool?
Mr. McCain.
Good people.
Congrats
I had to
to
chime
you,
in, man. My guy Wise is here.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, brother?
I had to chime in. What's going on, man?
Congratulations to your Denver Nuggets.
Congratulations,
Appreciate that.
Absolutely. I'm trying to find the radio call of the final seconds. I will try and have that tomorrow.
All right. Now it is time to introduce Mr. Dietz. Passionate.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Unflinching.
Let's go back to losing. Parking was easier.
Unrelenting.
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight.
Totally.
This one has a chance.
Dietz.
That's not just a murmur, that's a full-blown fibrillation.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Chris Dietz to the fray. Good morning, Dietz. How are you?
Morning, guys. How you doing? What's up, cool?
You sound like you've
I just
been.
have to say one thing, sir.
Yes.
Chris Deese has an amazing intro. I have nothing, and I'm going to leave it at that. Back to you, Chris.
I do love that intro.
Damn,
You know what?
He's doing a wise.
Wait a minute.
He's doing a
Real
wise
talk.
right now.
Real talk.
He's
I
doing a
am.
wise. Because I had to really go at it for my.
The kick is away, and the kick is it's gone, and the Eagles win.
It's hard to come to South Philadelphia and leave here with the win. You just don't come to Philadelphia and leave here with the win.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you. Let the celebration begin.
Seriously, that's what you got to do? You got to come here and cry and complain that you don't got an intro and that's what you get?
Apparently so. Wise. I learned from you. I learned from the big homie.
Whoa.
Of course, the legendary voice.
Keep it coming.
The legendary voice of Merrill Reese on that intro.
Oh man!
I gave this man a whole intro and outro. He's complaining about not having an intro for himself. But now I know.
Let me start with this.
Yeah, I'm happy.
I'm glad Cole and Wise are here because today I just purchased tickets to August 6th, Yankees Astros live at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, nice.
Nice, man.
So
Enjoy
it'll
yourself.
be fun. I'll be it's part of my buddy's bachelor party, so it it'll actually be the culmination. It was supposed to be the kickoff. We were supposed to go Saturday, but the guy ordering messed up and ordered Sunday, so it went from the kickoff to the closure. So
right,
hey, that's a good way to close it.
It's
good way to close it.
Not bad. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. It's August 6th, Yankees Astros, and it's a Sunday, and it's a Sunday afternoon game.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would be a Sunday night
game.
I thought it would be Sunday night also.
Hey, listen,
all right, Deeds.
Saturday night, you can go to the strip club, and then Sunday go to the game.
Doggone.
What? It's a bachelor party.
It's a bachelor party. You never know where it's going to end up. But
right.
We'll see. We'll
right,
see where Saturday night ends up.
What you got? What you got for us this morning, Deeds?
Well, I'm glad Cool is here as well. As we said earlier, the Nuggets won. Apparently, the Nuggets won the championship.
And
has anybody heard about this? Because
I heard something about that.
I heard a little.
I heard it.
No.
I heard it for about 24-hour period.
What I heard is Zion
haven't heard anything since.
Zion's having a baby, but he's screwing a porn star too and giving her $100,000. I'm hearing that LeBron LeBron played on a hurt foot for most of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that the Nuggets Heat series, people didn't want to watch it, but it was the most watched series in the last 5 years. That means bubble championship not viewed as much. So yes, I've been hearing all that other crap, and not on where it needs to belong, where it's actually you actually saw good, solid basketball be played in the finals
for 5 games. 5 games, it was very, very solid, and you saw the Denver Nuggets.
Talk about everything else.
You saw the Denver Nuggets pick apart the Miami Heat.
It was beautiful to watch how they dissected a team. I was like, doggone, man.
Good morning, Rising Rhino. Hey, Rising Rhino, remind me of where you're from. Let's shout you out properly. Go ahead, Cool.
Well, I mean, we only beat an 8th seed, a depleted Phoenix team without Chris Paul, who plays like a 7-5 now anyway.
Heard that too.
Then we beat a number 7 seed that beat a high seed to get to the Western Conference Finals. And then we only beat an 8th seed that beat the 1 seed. The 2 seed and the 4 seed to get there. So, I mean, we didn't do anything really, right? We was just like,
See, you didn't do much.
Yeah, no, we just walked in and then Miami just laid down and said, hey, you won because you're better than us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Cool.
Say, right?
Cool. Let me say this in a way that you would appreciate and everybody would appreciate because Snowman keeps it real. The Denver Nuggets did nothing except win the world championship, which is what every team in the NBA strives to do, except maybe the Lakers, but that's a story for a different time. But the Denver Nuggets, listen, the Denver Nuggets, and Cole said it best. Mr. Johnson said it best a few days ago. The Denver Nuggets beat the hell out of the teams that were in front of them in the playoffs. You can't blame the draw. You can't blame the seeding. You can't blame the placing because the 10 teams that qualified for the playoffs in the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference all had the same shot to win the title. Milwaukee goes down. Boston goes down. Philadelphia is a trash fire. The Lakers, we already know about them. The Warriors are trying to retool and reload. The best team, in my opinion, going into the playoffs and coming out was the Denver Nuggets.
And they proved
it. And they proved it. And to your question, Deets, we heard about it and we talked about it.
And it sucks. And it sucks because I know the narrative you're about to paint. I'm not saying I disagree with it. What sucks is that you hear all this other stuff.
Yep.
And you also hear stuff such as, Well, Nikola Jokic, what's to him? I mean, he's old, he's tall. I mean, not old. He's slow, he's white, he's tall, he's clumsy. What's up with him? I mean, Jamal Murray runs that team. I was hearing crap like that from today NBA fan.
I was hearing that too.
I'm like, excuse me? This is a tandem that works in sync with one another. One works with the other. One is not more important than the other. One works in tandem with the other.
Well,
it just so happens that Jokic was putting triple-double after triple-double after triple-double.
No, listen.
And he set a record for a number of triple-doubles in the playoff run.
And did that before they got to the finals.
Yeah, but the last 2 years without Murray, where has his season ended?
Oh, I got that too. Basically said, the Nuggets would crumble without Murray. I'm like, I'm sorry, but last year without Murray, Jokic by himself brought
he got him to the playoffs. He got him.
It didn't. They didn't have.
And not in the
Porter,
play-in.
Didn't have Murray. Did not have Gordon.
In the playoffs.
No, not the play-in. The playoffs.
But the
did
fact
not
that
have
he had
Murray. Did
now,
not have Porter. Did not have Gordon. Did not have. Did not have Contavious.
Well, Gordon was there.
Yeah,
but
didn't have
Brown
any of
wasn't
those.
there. Pope wasn't there.
Porter wasn't there.
Porter wasn't there.
Porter wasn't
Christian
there
Brown
either.
wasn't there.
And Jokic by himself dragged that team to the playoffs.
Yes,
but
And
that was considered.
a bunch of vagabonds.
It's what
But
I
that was
said at the
considered
top of the-
crumbling.
It's what I said. It's what I said at the top of the playoffs. Denver's the most dangerous team because they are healthy.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a progression every year for this team to get to where they are. A couple of years ago, they lost to the Suns, and they learned from that. And last year they went around further. Now this year they go all the way to the finals. And what happens? They get there, they win game 1. They lose game 2, and everybody was shocked that Miami won a game. Oh my God.
Right.
And what happened? And everybody said, oh, this is trouble going back to Miami. Well, what happened? Joker took the team on his back, put up a triple-double in game 3, and wiped the floor of them. They wiped the floor in game 4. You knew that game 5, Miami was done.
It was a foregone conclusion.
I had a conversation with a guy that Snowman knows. I had a conversation with him because he mentioned, okay, well, the Nuggets were held to 106 points. This is after game 2. Held to 106 points as an average. I said, you know what? I'll take that average.
Same.
All the Nuggets have to do is play defense, and that will hold up. And he gave me a we'll see. Did the Heat score 106 points the rest of the way?
No. They didn't even crack 100.
Right.
For the last 3 games of the NBA World Championship, the Nuggets held the Heat under 100 points.
That's all I said was if the Nuggets bring the D, that's all they need to do.
And to bring it back to your points, you're hearing about all this other news, all about who wants to go play where. Bradley Beal is going here, Kyrie is going here, but you're taking the focus off the champs.
You're taking the focus off of the team
you're not giving the champs their shine.
Well, we all know why that's happening.
Bring it, Deets.
And it's the saddest part of, and I don't want to mention his name, but we talk about it all the time. There's a certain superstar that this has nothing to do with him. This has to do with the media has coddled him since day 1 of his career.
It is you. It has always been you.
Since day 1. And I was thinking about this when I was thinking about why we don't hear anything about the Nuggets.
Yeah.
You've never had there's not a superstar in any other league, in any other game, in any other entity of life that has been coddled by the media, that the media feels like they have to protect him. They have to earn all you have to do is go back to last year. Last year, when his team wasn't even in the playoffs, and in a game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, the media felt they had to interject him into that discussion.
Yes.
For some reason, they had to throw him into a Game 7 of the Eastern
Conference. Do that again.
You said
Game 7.
Yep, you sure did.
Here's the fact, man.
You're muted, Deets.
It doesn't matter how much people try to take away from the Eagles. Excuse me. It doesn't matter how many times people try to take away from Denver. You won, and all you're doing is not allowing them to get the chip off their shoulder for another year. So please continue to do what you're doing. Because you're taking a bunch of nice guys and you're pissing them off.
So can they be a dynasty?
Can
they be a dynasty?
But here's the scary
cool
part
in
about
football mode already.
Yeah,
the
of course
scary
it is.
part is
Cool stays in football mode, man.
Yeah, but
I wake up in football mode,
he's a
bro.
football.
I
He's
got
a
it in
47
football
365. No, but here's the scary part though, Cole. That Nuggets team, the oldest player on it is Jokic, and he's 28.
And he's 28.
Mm-hmm.
And he is 28.
And Bruce Brown has already said that he wants to stay in Denver.
Yep.
And if you can get your role players to want to commit and stay, that makes it
for all the
even
people
better.
that were hoping that wasn't going to happen, it's on YouTube.
I got a present for you, Cool. And I got a present for everybody. I said I would find the Nuggets radio call of winning the championship. I believe this is it, courtesy of KOA in Denver. And courtesy of ESPN on the video.
NBA championship. And here we go. Lowry looks in. Inbound. Over Sturz. Lowry three. That one misses. Rebound down to KCP. 8 seconds left to go. Casey's across the timeline. And he'll dribble it out. The 47-year wait is over. The Denver Nuggets stand on top of the NBA world. They are champions. And Nuggets fans from sea to shining sea can rest or die in peace.
Oh my God.
Snowman, I'm going to need you to send me that, please, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I'll make sure I send that to you. But
Hey, Snowman.
Yes, sir.
I need you to highlight. I need you to highlight JJ's comment.
I got it.
About skilled and best being in the same. That's redundant. And speaking of, we have the great. That's why we have the summer of greatness. But when he says LeBron is the most skilled, but MJ is the best, we talk about this all the time. Best means most skilled.
And your player is.
That sentence should read: LeBron is more skilled, but MJ is the greatest. That's how it should read.
I don't think LeBron is really. I've heard,
I disagree with.
I've heard NBA coaches, not necessarily head coaches, but NBA coaches and analysts actually say that LeBron didn't get where he was by actually learning a lot of skill. That it was about a lot of athleticism and maybe a little bit of skill that he picked up here and there, training with Kobe.
So the argument should be he's the greatest athlete to play basketball.
And
I got something wrong.
And Mr. Snowman, isn't that what I have said?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
LeBron is the greatest athlete to ever set foot in NBA court. I have said.
I've said that. I've said that. I got something wrong. I said KOA for the radio call. It's actually KKFE. Yeah, KKSE 92.5 FM in Denver that delivered the call. Jason Kosmiski on the play-by-play. Scott Hastings, former Detroit Piston, on the color. But
Shane, I love you, bro. Chicken wing jumper that's better off fried and sold as part of poo poo platter.
Isn't that what Victor said?
Yeah,
Isn't that
not
what
with the
Victor
chicken
said?
wing. Yeah, not with that chicken wing jump shot. He's not, and I agree.
I'm gonna call.
Well, speaking of Cole, speaking of what LeBron was given, have you seen the or even seen the previews for the show on Peacock? The it's shooting. It's called Shooting Stars, and it's about the LeBron's high school team. And if you remember that, I remember watching that team play. The point guard of that team is more skilled. LeBron, it was physically more impressive than everybody else on the field. But the point guard of that team, who went nowhere, was the more skilled player. I remember watching those high school games that were on ESPN and being like, "Oh my God, this kid's
where it started."
I bet you he's not more skilled in that show.
which is where all the BS started of LeBron being shoved down our throats and up our asses. In 2001.
Not me, sir. I clinch.
Can we get a praise dance for that comment, please?
My gosh, you clinch.
It's getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen.
I hate you, big dog, for this, but I love you at the same time.
To quote Medea,
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So let me make it clear. Only 3 things go there, and then one unfortunate exception. That would be tissue paper, wet wipes, soap and water on the washcloth.
Yep.
And the only unfortunate
colonoscopy
exception to that is when you have to get the colonoscopy or you have to get checked at certain ages, right?
Yes. Besides those,
the prostate exams are only administered by a female. Period.
In there.
Other than those exceptions, the sign on this behind says exit only.
Sign on my ass says do not enter.
I'm not judging anyone who has a different perspective, but I'm just making sure everyone's aware of my perspective.
Understood. Understood. Now, Deet said he had some advice for me.
Advice?
Talk to me. And it concerns
that I do, and
it concerns my fight with the state of Indiana. Go for it.
Okay.
All right. So I'm in the process of doing one of these, doing this as well. But here's what I'm saying, Snowman.
All right.
Take the last. All right. I've known you for 6 years, so I'll say take the last 6 years of your life.
Yeah.
Draw up an outline of all the things that have happened in the last 6 years of your life, and outline the highlights, the lowlights. Highlight everything that's happened.
Okay.
Then find somebody in the local area, whether it's a news anchor, whether it's a reporter, whether it's somebody who talk radio host, whatever it is, and give that outline to that person and say, here's a story. Run with it. I guarantee you, somebody's gonna. I guarantee anybody who's in that news market would take that story and run with it.
I can do that.
Anybody who's been through, we all know what you've been through in the last 2 years. You know, there are more people that can relate to somebody they know has gotten cancer and beaten it. To know that a cancer survivor is being denied by the government, a news report like that they will eat it up. I guarantee you that gets out on local news in an election cycle. That gets fixed tomorrow.
And the thing I can add to it is I called a lawyer who specializes in cases like that, and they won't take my case because of a technicality. Because according to the state of Indiana, I had not put in enough time or money to claim disability. Meanwhile, I know of some people older and younger than me that haven't put in enough time as well, and they're getting full disability benefits.
Well, as enough time as what? As your credits? Yeah. Like you haven't put in your like.
Yeah.
That sounds shocking to me because I'm sure you've had a job for the last prior to anything. So I don't understand the credits.
I mean, even if it's not a state thing, that becomes a federal issue. That becomes a federal issue. But the thing is, anybody that hears that story is going to immediately be drawn to it. Like, oh, this could happen to somebody I care about. This could happen to somebody who I know that has cancer. This has to be made. It has to be made known to people. But and you throw in everything else that you've done everything else that you've gone through since I've known you. You could go back further. I would say go back 10
I'm
years.
Going back to 2013.
You know what I mean?
I'm going back to 2013. That will be 10. That will be the 10-year mark.
But I'm saying make an outline of everything that you've gone through. I guarantee you. Yeah, I have a friend here who, and he wasn't a friend of mine. He became a friend of mine. But I used to work at a gas station.
Right.
I used to work overnights at a gas station, and then I would work for my dad's business doing accounting in the morning.
Yeah.
So it was like a holdover thing. You know, so I would work the night and then sleep in my car for like an hour and go there. And there happened to be this guy named Vinny Penn who was on the radio when I was in high school and then ended up having his own show. So I used to listen to his show all the time. So I listened to his show during the hour break that I had. And one day I'm listening to his show and I happen to be in the car. And this was back in the days of the Affordable Care Act.
Right.
And he plays the clip of, if you like your plan, you can keep your plan. Well, I'm opening my mail. And I happen to open a thing from my insurance company, a letter from my insurance company. The very first line in the letter was, due to the Affordable Care Act, we have to cancel your plan. And I'm reading this and I'm listening to Vinny talk about it. And I immediately called the station, got on with the producer. And I was like, I need to talk to y'all. And I told him the story and he's like, and the producer's like, hold on. I'm putting you on the air right now. And they put me on the air and I talked with Vinny about it. And that's how I became friends with Vinny Penn, is I just started talking to him. And then last year I had a problem with the bus company. I was taking the bus to and from work, and all of a sudden the bus decided not to show up.
Yeah.
And there were 20 people waiting for the bus. I called the bus company, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that bus is canceled." And I'm like, "Well, you could have told us this." I was so mad that day. I got on Facebook. I messaged Vinny, and I said, "Vinny, we got to talk about this. This is a problem in New Haven. We got to put this to bed." He texted me back immediately and said, 9:05 tomorrow morning. Come live on the show. We'll talk about it. Like that's why I'm saying have an outline for those guys to, if you know somebody in that market, just get to them and say, here's an outline of all the things that have happened in my life for the last year. Let's talk about it live on the air, because I guarantee you make this public, it'll be fixed. It will not only be fixed for you, it will be fixed for everybody that comes into this situation. It will be fixed tomorrow.
I can easily outline the last 2 years, because my health problem started this month 2 years ago when I had blood clots in both my lungs, and I took a fall, and my daughter comes flying out of her room. My wife comes a running, and I wound up at Mariah Parham Hospital in Henderson, North Carolina, and they discover what's going on, and they immediately flew me via helicopter to Duke University Cancer Center. They got the Duke University Hospital, I beg your pardon, in Durham. I laid on the table for 2 hours, 2.5 hours. They were sucking the blood clots out of me, which caused me being on my blood thinner that I'm on right now. And after that, they discovered a mass on my abdomen. Didn't know what it was until a month later when I had a biopsy, and the biopsy revealed that I had pancreatic cancer. This is where I'm going to say aloud something I've only said aloud to myself. But Jody, baby, I'm going to stick a lawsuit up Duke Cancer Center's ass, because they basically told my wife that I was going to die, that the tumor was inoperable. November 29th, 2021 is when we were told that. Well, that's when we came up. That's when she made the decision. Well, we had already moved back up here. Well, that's when we hooked up with St. Francis. And then I got introduced to Dr. Raghunath, who made a phone call to Dr. Attila Nakib. And April 4th of last year, the tumor was removed. But I am definitely taking your idea, Deets. And before I go on vacation, I'm going to distribute it to every local place from here to Indianapolis, even to Chicago, because I know a talk show host in Chicago. And I already told her I had a hell of a story. She says, send it. And I'm just waiting on her to give me an email address as to where. So for those of you that are battling cancer right now, you don't think you can beat the odds? Give me this. I'm not gonna say give me this camera. I'm gonna say give me this button. And I'm looking for this button right here. If you don't think you can't beat the odds, bullshit. Because I did. And now I can beat anything. I can do anything, including a financial goal I set for myself. And Cole heard me speak it aloud, and Wise heard me speak it aloud. And I'm speaking it aloud to everybody that's within earshot. In 2 years, I plan to have a $2 billion a year salary. Period. It's like the pursuit of happiness. One of the best lines. You want something, go get it. Period.
And we are going to. The other thing that an outline does is, and I had to do this with a buddy of mine. We were talking about it allows you to remember all the things that you've been through that you can put forward. It's one of the reasons why Fifth Down and a lot of the other stuff that I've been working on has taken a back seat, because I have a project that a buddy of mine, we've been working on putting it. I'll say it right now. I'm working on writing a script for a television show.
Nice.
I've been doing that in the off moments when I'm not working 45 hours a week. It's why I've been putting a lot of Fifth Down on the back burner, because I've been working on getting this script out. It's a script of it's basically a recounting of my friend and I's childhood, and we I went through to in order to do that, I had to outline everything that I remembered us growing up, everything, so that I could put it together into a story and put it into something that people would want, people might want to see, or that we can present to somebody. So that's why I say put it into an outline, because once you do that, you can expand on all those outcomes. So even if these journalists don't want to pick up that story, I guarantee you could take that outline, you give it to somebody like me, and they could turn it into they could turn it into episodic television that people would want to see. I guarantee it.
Well, I'll make sure you get the outline when I complete it. I will make sure you get the outline.
But we are working on that. We are working on that, and it's like I said, I guarantee you, in an election year, the minute someone sees a report on what you're going through, I guarantee the next day it changes.
Well, I'm gonna put this in motion, and we got to get on out of here. Thank you to Cool McCain and to Wise and to Dietz. Dietz, we love you, brother. Thank you so much for coming on. Thanks for the advice. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And we'll talk to you next week.
And Denver Nuggets are your 2023 NBA World Champions.
Respect them all. Respect them. We are out of here. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. So long, everybody. Wait a minute. I'm in the wrong area. Doggone it. I was about to push the wrong button. God bless. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We hope y'all are too. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.